So far, I had not opened my eyes. I longed, yet dared not, to employ my vision. I dreaded the first glance at objects around me. It was not that I feared to look upon things horrible, but that I grew aghast lest there be nothing to see. I quickly unclosed my eyes. My worst thoughts then were confirmed. Eternal darkness encompassed me. A fearful idea now suddenly drove the blood in torrents upon my heart, and for a brief period I once more relapsed into insensibility. Upon recovering, I at once started to my feet, trembling convulsively in every fiber. I cautiously moved forward, with my arms extended. I proceeded for many paces, but still all was blackness and vacancy. I breathed more freely. It seemed evident that mine was not, at least, the most hideous of fates. The ground was moist and slippery. I staggered onward when I fell and stumbled. My excessive fatigue induced me to remain prostrate, and sleep soon overtook me as I lay. I found beside me a loaf and pitcher with water. Then it was that I ate and drank with avidity. Shortly afterward, I resumed my tour around the prison with such toil. At first, I proceeded with extreme caution, for the floor was treacherous with slime. I had advanced some paces when I fell violently at the brink of a pit. Shaking in every limb, I groped my way back to the wall. Agitation of spirit kept me awake for many long hours, but at length I again slumbered. Upon arousing, I found by my side a loaf and a pitcher of water. A burning thirst consumed me, and I emptied the vessel at a draught. It must have been drugged, for scarcely had I drunk before I became irresistibly drowsy. I fell into a sleep like that of death. When I unclosed my eyes, the objects around me were visible. I now lay upon my back, securely bound, leaving at liberty only my head and my left arm to such an extent that I could supply myself with a food from a dish containing a meat pungently seasoned. Upwardly I glanced at a huge pendulum. Its position was immediately over my own, and I fancied that I saw it in motion. A noise attracted my notice, and looking to the floor I saw several enormous rats traversing it. When I again looked upward, what I saw confounded and amazed me. The sweep of the pendulum had not only increased in speed, but had also descended towards me. I could no longer doubt the doom prepared for me by torture. I grew frantically mad, and struggled to force myself upward against the sweep of the blade, and then I fell suddenly calm. Down. Steadily it crept. I struggled violently, furiously, to free my left arm. I dropped my head back into its original position when there flashed upon my mind an idea. The vermin had devoured all but a small remnant of the contents of the dish. With what remained, I thoroughly rubbed the bandage wherever I could. Observing that I remained without motion, the rats swarmed upon me. Plainly, I perceived the loosening of the rope. I slid from the embrace of the rope and beyond the reach of the blade. For the moment, I was free. I fell violently out of my restraints. Quickly, feeling myself tottering upon the brink of the pit, when an outstretched arm caught my own. It was that of General Lasalle. The French army had entered Toledo.